Good morning, class. Today we are going to review our verbs that we worked on yesterday, and then we're going to practice adding a different ending to them. So the first verb I want you to write is throw. Now in throw, which O do we use? Good, we use ow-o. So write throw and mark it. And pause the video if you need to. This is what your throw should look like. All right, now if I want to, this is our present and future tense. If I want to put it in the present participle tense, what do I need to add? That's right, I need to add ing. And then what would come before my verb? Right, we would need a helping verb. Like we would say, he is throwing the ball. I am throwing the ball. All right, so we're going to keep your base word separate, and now I want you to write throw-ing. Make sure you do your syllables. Remember, ing always gets its own syllable, and do the markings. All right, this is what your throwing should look like. If it doesn't, pause the video and make yours look like mine. All right, our next verb we're going to review is feed. Which E do we use in feed? Good, we use E-double-E. So go ahead and write your base word, feed. All right, this is what our feed should look like. Now if I want to put this, move it from present tense into the present participle, what do I need to add? Good, I need to add ing. So go ahead and you're not just going to add it to feed, you're going to rewrite feeding with the syllables and the markings. All right, this is what your feeding should look like. And remember, before we use this, we always need to have a helping verb in front of it. I couldn't just say, I feeding the cat. That wouldn't be right. I would have to say, I am feeding the cat. All right, our next verb is sleep. Now, which E do we use in sleep? That's right, we use E-double-E. Always says E. So go ahead and write and mark sleep. If you need to pause the video at any point, go ahead. I'm going kind of quickly. All right, this is what your sleep should look like. So this is present and future tense. If I want to write the present participle tense, what do I add? Good, I need to add ing. So go ahead and write sleeping. Do the syllables and the markings. All right, this is what your sleeping should look like. All right, our next verb that we're going to move from present tense into the present participle is drive. So go ahead and write the base word drive. All right, this is what your drive should look like. Now, class, what do we add to change a present tense verb into the present participle? Good, we add ing. Now, ing is a vowel suffix. A suffix means it comes at the end of the word, and a vowel suffix is a suffix that starts with a vowel. So our edit is a vowel suffix, the of her is a vowel suffix, ing is a vowel suffix. Okay. So with drive, we're not just going to add our ing. We will add ing, but first we have to do something before we add a vowel suffix. Class, Everyone who remembers, tell me, what do I need to do when I have a word that ends with a silent final E? What do I do before I add a vowel suffix? Good, I need to drop my silent final E. So we're going to write driving, but our first syllable, we're going to drop our silent final E. Then we're going to add our vowel suffix ing. So go ahead and write driving and say the sounds while you write them. All right, so our markings, we're going to leave in the markings from our base word. Remember to remind us that this is saying I. All right, so this is what our driving should look like. All right, the next word that we're going to put into our present participle form is take. All right, so go ahead and write the base word take, but first, before you do that, which k do we use in take? Good, we have to use line letter k. Otherwise, if we use k, s, then it would say s, and it would not say taking. So go ahead and write and mark the word take. All right, this is what your take should look like. Notice that I have a silent final E job 1 here. Now before I add my vowel suffix, ing, what do I need to do to the silent final E? Good, I need to drop it. Anytime we're adding a vowel suffix to a word that ends with a silent final E, we drop our silent final E. So go ahead and write taking. The first syllable is going to be our base word take, except that we will have dropped the silent final E. Right, so write taking and mark it. Okay. This is what our taking should look like. Remember, we mark our base word, we mark it to honor the base word. Our A is still saying A, so we need to mark it. And then this reminds us we had a silent final E job 1 there. So this should be what our taking looks like. So yesterday and today we have been working on irregular verbs. We are going to go ahead and add these irregular verbs into our orthography notebook. So irregular verbs go on page 19. Page 19. So on the side, we're going to write our base words: take, throw, drive, sleep, and feed. Then we're going to write them in past tense. Remember, these are all irregular, so none of our past tenses have edit to make them past tense. So we're going to, in the past tense column, that is our third column there, we're going to write took, threw, drove, slept, and fed. Right, now for our present participle, remember we need our helping verb there. So our first, for take, we're going to write is taking. What do we do to that silent final E in take before we add our ing? Good, we drop it. So go ahead and write is taking. Is throwing will be our next one. That's the present participle for throw. The next line down for drive, it's going to be is driving. But what are we going to do to the silent final E in drive before we add our vowel suffix ing? Good, we need to drop that silent final E. All right, the next line down for sleep, it's is sleeping. And then feed, our present participle is feeding. All right, so go ahead and write those in. I have my past tenses written in. I haven't done my participles yet, but go ahead and do those. Make sure you're doing your markings. Make sure you're saying the sounds while you write them. All right, and I'm going to give you another set of sentences to write after you finish this. So if you need to pause the video until you've finished, go ahead. All right, our first sentence is, did he drive fast? Did he drive fast? Think about what kind of sentence it is so that you have the correct kind of end mark. What kind of sentence is that? Good, it's an interrogative sentence, which means our end mark is going to be what? Exactly, it's going to be a question mark. Did he drive fast? All right. Did he drive fast? Make sure you start with the capital letter. After you've written the sentence, go back and check. Make sure you wrote every word. Make sure you have a capital letter. Make sure you have the correct end mark. All right, your next sentence is, he drove very fast. He drove very fast. Right, after you've written that, go back and check it. Make sure you wrote every word. Read it, make sure it makes sense. And make sure you have a capital letter at the beginning and an end mark at the end. All right, nice job, class, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.